Plans for a second air terminal at Bangkok's main airport have been approved by AOT, along with savings for chartered airlines landing at provincial airports. That, in many cases, will see traffic eased at Suvarnabhumi. The budget's 42 million baht. This as expectations are that some 82 million pairs of feet will arrive and depart in Thailand by 2024. Utapao has reopened its international halls as the high season begins, seeing more flights arriving from global destinations too. Until recently, all activity was restricted to the usual domestic halls. That's now changed as traffic is up, and at Phuket Airport flight numbers are higher too. The conviction of Spaniard Arthur Princip, who murdered his fellow countryman back in 2016, dismembering him, dumping his body parts along a riverside, has been held up by Thailand's Supreme Court this week. Body parts were discovered back then in the river. He was sentenced to death in his original hearing, and that still stands. And the evidence was pretty clear, to say the least. DNA was found in his freezer and on a meat grinder he'd bought too. Phuket's nightlife area will see over 36 new CCTV units set up to monitor the area. Their walking street is a hive of business most nights, and crime apart, the new cameras will also enable authorities to zoom in on non-Thais touting for business. Unlike Pattaya, Patong seems to have a proliferation of Western men and women urging walkers to visit businesses, an issue that's already being addressed elsewhere in the country. Pattaya city traffic is chaos again this week as the PEA was forced to refill holes dug to bury cables. They sunk within weeks. With many of the main roads closed and partially closed, it's better to avoid the city if you can. The Pope arrived in Thailand Wednesday, the first of such visits in over 40 years. Religious and political dignitaries greeted him on arrival, as did his cousin, a nun who works in a rural school here. The capital will see disruption as some roads close over the next few days, while he's ferried around to various local arenas. The mystery of plastic bags hung over streetlights at night in Buriram regional districts has been solved. It seems that local farmers are convinced that lights were stunting the growth of their rice, so they put them up there. Local police aren't happy. They've warned of fines and told them to stop. Roads were in darkness after fertiliser bags covered the bulbs up. The rice, we're told, is doing just fine regardless. And with the Met Office promising highs for Pattaya of 31 dropping down to 25, an overcast day with a chance of rain, and a similar outlook for Phuket, 32 dropping down to 24. That is the local and national news from Fab FM. For videos and, of course, to keep up with fabulous Pattaya, visit alwayspattaya.com.